today is the first real ride of this bad boy. Going to head down to Mount Fuji area. Let's see what is in store for us. Welcome everybody, welcome back. If you are new around these parts in this channel, my name is Robert, and here we do motorcycle motovlogging. We do razor honing, razor shaving, kitchen knife sharpening, travel videos. We'll do a little bit of everything, so check out the videos and the playlist, categorized all into different playlists for your viewing pleasure. But it is so great to be back on a motorcycle, guys and gals. It's been a while. My last motorcycle was a Z900. Those are the last videos that you've seen in my motovlogging, and I absolutely enjoy that motorcycle. But now, as you might have noticed by the title and the roads, now I live in Japan. So it was time to buy a Japanese bike. Wait. Hey, I was not planning to buy a Ducati. I always wanted to try one. Always wanted to own one. And I get to Japan, I figured, what the heck, let's buy an RC51. I wanted a very pristine one so I can bring back to the States. And I ended up buying the Ducati. So this right here is a 2012 Ducati Streetfighter 848, and this is on par for the bikes that I ride in the past. Very similar in styling than my Z900, but quite different in a lot of aspects. Of course, is older. My last bike was a 2019, and this one is a 2012, and of course a Ducati. And even though it has a little bit less displacement, it has more power, and he's a peach of a bike. So as you can see, I am riding in Japan, and as I said in the intro, I'm heading down to Mount Fuji with the family. We're going to do a lot of things, and I just want to bring you along. And this first video is, I was super excited to do this video because this is the first time that I actually ride in Japan. So I have lived in Japan in the past, and at that time I left my motorcycle back home in the United States. Therefore, I never rode in Japan for 3 years. I took a break, and then I came back 5-6 bikes later. Now I am back in Japan, and I'm able to ride here. So I purchased this motorcycle from a fellow military member, and therefore I was riding on base, same laws and rules, and same side of the road and everything, but I never rode off base. So this was my first time, and it was a very different experience, quite nerve-wracking. It's awesome. It's awesome. The roads here are excellent. The conditions on the road are fantastic, and people are really nice. And motorcycles are a very common mode of transportation here. It used to be more here in Tokyo, where I live now. It's still very prevalent, and usually scooters and smaller motorcycles that allow you to filter through traffic. By the way, I never live in a place that I can filter through traffic legally, and now I do, and I absolutely enjoy it. There are some things that I do not like about riding over here, but for the most part, it is really, really good. To be honest, this is a lot of bike for Japan. We do the speed limit here in the highway is about 80 kilometers. That's pretty slow on the Ducati, and the roads are small, and the mountains and the curves in the mountains that I've been so far are crazy curvy, and Guys, this video is coming out to you guys a little bit late. This is because life. So I have recorded several of the videos are coming after this one, and sadly during this ride I completely messed up my recorder, so I couldn't do I'm doing a voiceover because of that. But nevertheless, as you guys can see, and I'm riding on the left side, and it's quite different. But as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. The roads are stunning, and this is the highway, guys. There's a bunch of tunnels going from Tokyo. So I live in the outskirts of Tokyo, on the west side of Tokyo. So going from Tokyo to Fuji, there's tons of tunnels, but it's actually really pretty. Figure that this was a good road for me to take my first ride. So a little bit about the bike, and the reason why I got a Ducati is, well, I got a heck of a deal. I had a very interesting experience trying to buy a Japanese bike at a dealership here. There was a couple RC51s that I wanted, and the vendor was trying to persuade me into not buying that bike. He kept saying it's too old, I needed a newer bike, too much maintenance. There was huge language barrier, of course, we're both using translator, but the dude did not want to sell me the bike. It's so weird. Never had that experience before, but I ended up finding this Ducati for a very good price, because I needed to do the Desmo service on it. It was about 800 miles away from the Desmo service as right now, as you guys are watching. So I am heading from, and I'll put a map here. We are heading down to Fuji. We're gonna spend the entire week down, just driving and going different places. But I figured to take the motorcycle, we're going to do Fuji, and then we're going to drive the coastline, and I got some excellent video footage from there. And then we are going to bring the motorcycle to Yokohama. And so the closest to me Ducati dealership is in Yokohama, which is the second largest city in Japan. So I made an appointment. I'm going to be bringing the bike there after riding for a couple of days, and then I'm going to do the Desmo service. For those that do not know about the Desmo service, that's like the largest service on a Ducati, or Desmo Ducati. So that's where they do the valves, and it's very intricate. I'm not going to go into it, but it's usually a lot of money. So the bike needs tires soon, needed the Desmo service, and luckily the previous owner had this bike well kept. It's basically stock. The only thing that he replaced, and I have the stock bars, is that the handlebars are a little bit different, to change the angle a little bit different. And that's basically it. The grips are a bit different. Everything else is basically stock on the motorcycle. And so, knowing that I needed tires, and knowing that I needed the Desmo service, I took a leap of faith. Because I didn't know if, you never know. You buy news, you don't know how the condition of the bike is. It was a fellow military member. He's seen legit. Talked to him several times about the bike. He was willing to do the Desmo service or give me the bike at a larger discount. So I took the bike, and I'm glad I did. The service was performed, was great. I had zero issues with that, and now I have the bike. So the bike itself, it's very different. I'm not going to do a review. on the Ducati Streetfighter 848 because there are dozens of reviews on YouTube about this bike. Plus, it's an older bike, and the newer Street Fighters are out anyways. So there's no point. But I will be doing a straight comparison, maybe between this bike and my Z900. And just to give you a little, for me, getting used to this bike, it's not bad. I absolutely love it. It's a great bike. At first, it took a little bit to get used to the gearing, how it works. See, on my Z900, I could put it in second gear if I wanted, and then just release the clutch slowly, and she will go. She wouldn't even stutter. This bike is definitely not a very good bike here in Japan, where you have to go in slow speeds because you're constantly in first gear. If you're just cruising at 10-15 miles per hour, about 10 like neighborhood speeds, you are not in first, you're not in second gear because it will be stuttering. It needs to be revved higher, and it's so weird to see that on a bike, on this bike, because my Z was completely different. Not because it's rare, it's just different. The sitting position is a little bit different. I was a little bit more cramped on the Z. The legs were a little bit more cramped, but at the same time, I felt like I was more inside of the bike than on top of it. On this one, I definitely feel a little bit higher. Other than that, the bikes are very similar in ergonomics. Well, not that similar, since I already pointed out a couple of differences. But they're really, really fun, both of them. This bike has tons of power that I don't even need here. Soon, hopefully, I can get to track this bike here. The magnificent tracks here, and I already found a way to do it. I just need to get my gear ready and do some track with this bike. And she is ready. She's ready for 2022. Brand new Pirelli tires. The bike. Obviously, you guys are watching this a little bit late, so the current conditions of the bike is I did the Desmo service, and I have new tires, new oil change, new brakes. The entire bike has been, all the consumables has been redone. So she is ready for the track. I just had to get my gear ready. I did sell my two of my one-piece gears because I didn't think I was going to be doing track days here in Japan. Turns out that was a big mistake. I should have not sold my gear, but nevertheless, we are getting ready. Hopefully we can get some track footage and share them with you guys. But yeah, so you can see that the roads here, this is normal. So when you're riding in Japan, you'll find areas that it looks like just regular neighborhoods, and it's very normal. It's very normal to be driving to major locations in what seems to be neighborhoods. Since we're going to Fuji, that's why you see the green and the nice outdoors areas. It's really pretty. It was a little overcast that day, so not sunny, but the weather was perfect for a ride. And soon I'm going to share with you guys some really good footage that I got throughout the area, around the mountain, through the coast, when I'm riding from Fuji. So from Fuji we went south all the way to the coast, and all the way east to Yokohama. and I'm gonna be sharing those footage with you. Hopefully the video won't be as long as this one. I apologize in advance, but I just wanted to give you a little taste of or share with you my experience riding in Japan, so you guys can see a little bit of how it is here, how it is to ride on the left side for us Americans. A lot of people in India, I think India, they ride on the left side, and some places in Europe they ride on the left side, and you guys are probably making fun of me right now, but hey, for us it's not the norm. And another interesting thing here in Japan is that not all of the highways are motorcycle friendly, which is very bizarre. The toll roads, they call them toll roads, the highways, they all have tolls, and some of them are ETC only. That's like their system to do automatic, you just go through the toll, but some of them won't even take motorcycles. I don't understand. So you can drive a vehicle on them, but you cannot ride a motorcycle. So I've seen those areas already. There's very good apps here to avoid those, which is kind of cool. And another cool thing here in Japan is that you can go and actually find parking spots for motorcycles. So they have apps that I can just, wherever I'm going in Tokyo or Kyoto or whatever, I can put, where I'm going and where all the parking lots are for motorcycles. They have specific parking spots designed for motorcycles, and it'll be 20-30 motorcycles side by side. It's kind of cool. Like I mentioned before, they do enjoy their motorcycle riding here. Usually it's going to be little scooters, but they do enjoy, and a lot of people use them as well for transportation and obviously for fun. I do see Harley Davidsons all over the place and customized bikes. It's really, really cool. They do not wave. They do not do the motorcycle wave. I guess because you're on the opposite side, so that would be kind of weird. You had to use your right hand. But I've done it a couple of times and people just look at me weird. Oh, everybody, thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I appreciate you watching. The next couple videos are going to be more fun. It will be better roads and areas, so you can actually see some good riding here in Japan. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, check out the other videos. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love y'all. Stay safe.